new day is dawning. Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy, and welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torn of the Golden Country. Last time, we confronted our monsters, and now, with the whole party back together again, we've got some crafting to do before we head back to Lascham Cove and take on some new things. Let's start this with the fireside chat. I'm really not so keen on boarding that flagship. Relax. I don't think it'll be as uptight on there as you'd expect. You think? Well, if you say so. Just be wary of you-know-who. Who? Oh, just a certain snob who's always giving me the stink eye because I'm not acting with the proper decorum. Man, she gives you the stink eye without even opening her eye. That's impressive. Right. I can definitely see Bridget being strict on etiquette. Yeah, I'm not so hot on all that stuff, so I tread carefully. Do you? Do you actually? Because I don't know, man, like, treading on that stuff, you might as well have squeakers attached to the bottom of those shoes. So with Laura and Hayes back in the party, we can actually make some new things, including the Batwing charm.
3, 2, 1, and we're done.
We require Aspar snake meat from slaying one of those for the Traveler's Charm. That's one of the things that I said killing those was helpful for. And I need 1 muscle branch for this. Seriously?
It's my turn.
Do you desire the power of the Aegis, Your Majesty?
Her power is impressive, for sure. But there is a strength I draw from you and Aegeon that cannot be quantified.
I think you overestimate our ability, but thank you. I'm touched that you feel that way.
The Traveler's Charm, and you don't even have to unlock the Touring Entertainer Shack for it.
This came out very well.
And the Burly Charm, when the hurly-burly's done and the battle's lost and won.
Considered.
Stitch.
Next, the
And
Unforgettable
careful now.
Talisman. Don't forget it.
I've made it with love.
That's a good special recharge effect. And, oh, the Mystery Talisman's even better. We can make both of these
I've
now.
made it with love.
That's all the crafting for now. Off to Lascham Cove with us.
Pleasant stroll.
As soon as we make it back here, things immediately take a turn for the worse. Nothing ever good seems to happen to these people, I mean. Well, we're here. Welcome aboard, my honored guests. It's funny, I was expecting it to be all glitz and glamour, halls of gold, diamond chandeliers and all that. You walked up here and turned your nose up at it, Laura. You've seen this view before. But there's nothing like that here. I like this much better. It all depends on the country. Some of the nobility like to travel in style, and believe me, they don't go halfway. More Ardain, on the other hand, is a military state. They take a more pragmatic approach. Just as their emperor must be a masterful driver, so must their diplomatic vessels be armed for war. That is the Ardanian way. So long as its mission is not a covert one, every flagship under our command must be a throne I may ascend. And if the leader is the first to fall, then what? Jin! It's all right, Laura. He makes a valid point. That is precisely why Aegean and Bridget, the jewels of the Empire, have been bestowed upon me. Your Majesty. We will do everything in our power to protect you, Your Majesty, even at the cost of our lives. I am blessed to have such loyal companions. Especially at the cost of your lives, you mean? If he goes down, you're going with him. Your Majesty, we have urgent news! His Majesty is currently entertaining guests. I would entreat you to not incur his displeasure. My humble apologies, Your Majesty! It's all right. I trust this news is of special importance. Please give us your tidings. Of course, Your Majesty! As you know, I've applied stricter regulations to our scout patrols in light of the recent tragedy at Torgoth. Well, one of our patrols happened upon a young Gormati near the camp at Seagull Fell, but they lost track of him. So, you think he might be a survivor? We believe so. We can send out further patrols immediately, if His Majesty assents. I see. I'm sorry that we had to keep you waiting. Please, go ahead. Yes, Your Majesty! I would like for our country to shelter as many refugees as falls within our means. I do hope he can be found quickly. Wait, we should go with them. What for? Their army's not exactly short-staffed. He's just a kid. He'll be scared witless of the soldiers. Of course he's going to run away. Laura's got a point. Very well. Let's head out. We would do well to make haste before he strays any further afield. Thanks, guys. You're such a bunch of do-gooders. It's gonna land us in trouble someday. Where's the boy gone? Where is my little boy gone? Oh, where could he be? We got a main story quest that sure doesn't feel like one. To do this, I want to take a look at my map, see if there's any way I can get closer. Not really, no. We're just gonna be walking to the tail end of the Titan, just doing some good old-fashioned walking. How often do we see that? So much cutting around and skip traveling. We're actually gonna get to go pretty far out of our way here. While we're doing this, Hugo had a map of Allrest a little while ago, and I find that interesting as it's quite different from the maps of Allrest in present, looking, well, different. Here is a translation of what it says up close. You can see how the world fits together. There's a dog titan here that's not really anything that you ever get to explore, and it kind of stands out, so I wanted to draw special attention to it. Found that interesting. Worth mentioning, some of the pictures that I'm gonna show you in this Let's Play, including this one, were made available in the Japanese art book for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Yeah, so they gave us our art book, premiered a lot of artwork for the first time in it at launch. Japan didn't get it, but then of course a year later after Torna came out, they released an art book that included all the Torna art, which ours didn't, so Japan ended up getting a better one than us anyway, even though we were the only ones to get it in the first place. Yep. It's like, even when you beat Japan, you're not gonna be beating them for long. It's like when we got Animal Crossing on the GameCube having all sorts of new features over the Japanese Nintendo 64 version. And then, nope, they're just gonna release an expansion over there for it on the GameCube that we never get.
I say we rest a bit.
Well, here's the campsite at Seagullfell. Now about that boy. Hey, isn't that him? I kinda landed on top of him. Whoa! Hey, wait, we won't hurt you. We mean you no harm. Please, stay. You won't hurt me. I see you've decided to trust us, for now at least. We're affiliated with the Ardanian forces. We didn't come to bring you mischief. We know what happened to Torrigoth and have been acting wholeheartedly to protect the refugees. You've escaped from Torrigoth too, perhaps? That's right. Can you tell us your name? It's Kali. Young Kali. Do you know of Lascham Cove? The boat of my countrymen is moored there. I know it. I know the boat too. It's huge. Will you journey with us, young man? We can also offer you a hot meal. What's wrong? You don't want to get on the boat? You're a fine one to talk, Laura. No, it's not that. I've lost Kelly. I mean, my sister. I have to find her. That's important stuff, kid. Why didn't you tell us right away? I tell you what. You run ahead to Lascham Cove and wait by the boat. We'll find your sister for you. Well, I never. We promise you that, Callie. We'll find her for you. Can I really trust you? Yeah, of course. Any idea where we might find the sister of yours? Actually, she likes watching the big boats at Lascham Cove, so she'll be somewhere you can see them coming and going. Then perhaps we should begin at a high-up place that overlooks the cove. Okay, I'll wait at the harbor, but please find my sister. A new bustling community of 10. Hidden Hunting Camp is a new place that we can access, and I believe that means... Yes, new fireside chat. What was Kali's sister called again? Kelly? Kelly, yeah. So Kelly went to look at the boat all on her own? I guess. Pretty gutsy for a little girl to travel through the wilds of Gormod on her own like that. She's probably got bigger stones than you, Mick. Shut up. I could do it no problem. Sure you could. You wouldn't do it alone? Obviously. I could do it blindfolded. You don't sound too sure. Well, I'll prove it then. Come on, boys, play nice. We will. Sorry. Milton started it. Shut it, you. I ship it. Okay, no, it's pretty wrong. They're like 8. All right, so, right beside the camp is this.
Suspense is killing me. You're coming with me, treasure. Suspense
This is killing me.
669. Alright, give me that. There's just some nameless badass silently overlooking the cliff. Looking cool. I guess he just had to get in his hours day to avoid having his badass license revoked. Part of the reason that I already went to Wayside Respite was because I didn't remember this objective taking us here. I thought it took us to the secret area, the one at the top of the waterfall, so I was misremembering it, not really knowing that we would ever come here. It's fine though, we got a good treasure chest by coming here early and being already familiar with the area, so it can help. Sure doesn't hurt us. Kelly! Aw, an innocent girl overlooking the cliff. It's okay, you'll be a badass someday. I promise you, keep looking over these cliffs, you won't fail the aptitude test. Huh, who are you? Kelly? Yeah, that's me. How do you know? Oh, my brother. You can take me to him? Oh, please. I'm sad your name isn't Marie. That would have been funny. Not a lot of references to other Nintendo franchises inside of Xenoblade. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, come on, would you want to see characters running around dressed like Mario in this place as a loose reference to it? Kelly! Callie! Aw. I can't thank you enough. Careful you don't lose her again, kid. You should be looking out for your little sis, you know? Yeah, I'll make sure that never happens again. Mithra actually being level-headed. Never thought I'd see the day. Hey, Kelly, you left this behind. I've been holding on to it the whole time. Oh! I thought I was gone forever. Nice one, Kelly. It looks just like Laura's mother's keepsake. Hey, mind if I take a look at that? No problem. How did you come by this? I got it from Auntie Raina. What? Mother. Auntie Raina had another one, but Callie was always hankering after it. She said it was really precious to her and she couldn't let it go. So she made me one that looked a bit like it. She said she was sorry she couldn't make it any better. I mean, I don't care about that so much. She made it for me. It's precious to me, no matter what it looks like. I see. Well, take care of yourselves, you two. We promise. Hey, the way you said that just now, it sounded just like Auntie Rainia. Yeah, just like her. I don't doubt it. I'm sure we could converse for hours, but I'd like to propose a course of action for our new friends here. For us, you mean? That's right. Our vessel here will soon return to Mor Ardain. Perhaps you two ought to be aboard when it sets sail. A wise idea. Things are not so unsettled in Mor Ardain. Mor Ardain, huh? No, I made a promise to Arda. He said he was waiting for us. We can't leave Gorma. You're right. Thanks, but I guess we can't come with you. We need to stay behind and wait for Da at the camp. Understood? We cannot force you to come. Indeed. If you start moving around now, there's a chance you might miss them. Of course, we'll leave you with some provisions so you won't get hungry. Yeah, okay. Thank you for everything. I bring news! Something tells me it's urgent. Are there gonna be 2 more kids that are missing? Correct, ma'am! If I may, this information is for His Highness's ears only. You may approach. I see. Everyone, may I ask you to reconvene in the boat strategy room later? Something unforeseen, is it? Indeed. I'll give you the details presently. You've just received a crafting recipe for Laura! You don't just get them as quest rewards, but also from increasing community or from treasure troves. New recipes let you create items you couldn't create previously, which is enormously exciting. Check them out while camping.
Aren't you glad you asked
We
us?
can now make a charm just like the one that Laura's mom made that was a little different from Laura's usual charm. I also didn't notice this though, but Laura wears charms on her wrist. She just likes them that much that she works them into her ensemble. We're gonna head over to the hidden hunting camp because we can actually make this quest reward right away.
Now, let me see.
Easy one to make.
This came out very well.
And a new fireside chat too. They're just coming out of our ears, man. Maybe the report Hugo received has some implications for us. Well, it won't do us much good to stand here and let our imaginations run wild. Yeah, guys, you waited until nighttime to just talk about this. Why don't we head to the boat strategy room and hear about it for ourselves? Yeah, I suppose. Any idea what it'll be about, Hayes? Me? Just ignoring Jin and going, yeah, you know, we shouldn't just stand around and wonder about it. Hey, Hayes, what do you think it's about? I don't know, really. Perhaps the Nopon have finally declared war on the Tyrken? Now that would be quite something. Wouldn't it just? I'm just picturing the carnage now. An empty field completely strewn with feathers. Well, whenever that great big dealy pawn's over, we should get over there and stuff ourselves a couple of mattresses. It's good to see you all have such sensitivity for the miseries of war. That was a good one. That is among the best heart-to-hearts out there. That's not the only reward that we gained. We also gained the reward of family love. Kelly and Kali are here to talk to anytime. I know all sorts of stuff, like how more drivers get to use their weapons the stronger they get. Some start out with the power of fire or water too. My Da told me how a driver chooses their weapon is important too. Tried to be a driver, but he couldn't do it. But he said it was enough for him to be me and my sister's Da. Isn't that cool? Our Da's the best. I'm always worried that these kids' dad is like not coming back. Hey, do you know about courtships? I do. They're just something they're not just something you carry around like a pretty stone. You can use them on blade weapons too. Then they'll give you some power, more powers, and sometimes even some special effects. Isn't that cool? I wish I could try using some. Special effects, so it'll have like chroma keying on it. Hardy har. So yeah, that's a lot of things that get unlocked. What we're gonna do now is head on back to Lascham Cove. From there, we actually want to head into the boat for right now. Believe it or not, we're doing a lot of story stuff. We're not just stopping and getting all these nice, juicy side quests growing on everyone's arms.
Thank you all for joining me here. I'm afraid I have important news that I need to impart to Adam.
Oh, yes?
It's about the militia.
The who now?
I've been gathering an army in Uriah. People who've lost homes, families. People who'll make a stand against Malos.
Well, according to intelligence we received, they have departed from Uriah now.
What? Why? Malos' whereabouts are still unclear.
It seems that Uriah has conscripted them all. It's now a special regiment of the Urian Self-Defense Forces.
I thought I'd sorted this all out with the Urian King.
At His Majesty's behest, we have ascertained the position of the moving troops. They are heading to Torna as we speak.
We have established communications, so you can send word at any time.
When they get to Torna, tell them to go to a letter. Ugh.
As you say.
Laura? I've never seen Adam like that before. He's gone off somewhere. Is it best to leave him alone, do you think? That's for you to decide. I'll go where you go. Right. No. He might need someone in a time like this. We have to go after him. I don't know if Jin would like you getting so close to another man like that, Laura. Man, he is really obsessed with her. It's kind of nuts. Well, head on out. This light is amazing. I love the lighting.
That wasn't like you.
Huh. You think so?
Yes. I thought you always know what to do. You're never lost.
I wish that really were the case. To tell the truth, I'm always worrying. Ever since I became Mithra's driver, anyway.
It didn't seem that way at all.
Power lends one an air of capability. Even more so when it comes to the Aegis. When we first met, we could have burnt you to pieces. Though fortunately, we avoided that thanks to Jin.
Is that why you were away from the militia?
As I am not in full control of Mithra's power. Scores of soldiers could die by my hand. I was frightened. This cataclysm Malos caused, it's likely all because Questa Amalthus was unable to control him. And if that's true, then perhaps I too.
I think she's well aware. Just not so comfortable saying it.
That's your analysis.
Well, I have been with Jin, the paragon of Torna, for 17 years. I can roughly tell how much of their strength the blade is using, just by watching them. She's making sure you... No, she's holding herself back to make sure she doesn't go that way. Deep down, she's very kind.
You think? That still means I'm just not man enough.
Don't think that way. You'll get used to it little by little. I was the same.
If only time would slow down and afford me the chance.
Yeah.
We should be able to take a ship headed straight to Aletta from here. That's great, but why's it gotta be a passenger ship? Can't we travel with the Emperor? What's wrong with making a grand entrance? I'm awfully sorry. Though I may be traveling with Lord Adam, I'm afraid my actions aren't officially sanctioned. His Majesty's ship is a war vessel. It would take considerable negotiation before Torna granted us docking privileges. Figures. That attitude of yours is what gives us so much trouble. You just don't stop to think about the consequences, do you? Honestly, I give up. Behold the mighty Aegis, wielder of unthinkable power and unparalleled foolishness. Hey, would you get off of my case? I didn't even say anything! Knock it off, you two. At the very least, we've got a nice leisurely cruise ahead of us, and that's something. I'm excited to meet the Resistance, people who all look up to Adam. Well then, if we're all agreed, let's get on with it and talk to the captain, shall we? We have our next story objective. We need to go to the Aletta region, meet up with all of Adam's troops. So, I think we're gonna stop there. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles 2, there are a great number of quests in Gormod, and they are all required. So, we're gonna do that, make Gormod as happy of a place as we can before we set out. See you guys then.